Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? It's good to be with you. Okay, and today we are going to be working on lesson 9.6, and we're going to skip ahead a lesson. Yesterday's lesson was 9.4. 9.5 is exactly the same concept as 9.4, so I want you to do that on your own time, and today we're going to go ahead and work with 9.6, which is a little different. So in 9.5 you're writing numbers in your word form, your expanded form, and your standard form, and then you're going to go ahead and practice 9, just like you did in 9.4. You're going to practice writing those words and expanding those numbers. And today we're going to start on 9.6, which is on page 397. And here's the I can statement. I can use place value patterns to mentally count by ones and tens from a given number. Okay, remember we're going to 9.6 and it's page 397, and you're going to do 9.5 on your own. Okay. All right, so here we're thinking about patterns, and that is going to be one of our important vocabulary words. And the patterns that we're thinking about are the patterns of the 100s grid. Okay, and to know that the patterns mean it's repeating. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how it repeats. And for this, you're going to need your hundreds grid. Okay. And when you are counting and you get to 100 and you do your return sweep back up, this 1 is now 101. Okay, just like it is down here in that last row if you have that last row. And then you have 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, and 110. And then it keeps going on the next row. And so the third digit in all of these numbers, the third digit, the hundreds place value digit, is going to be 1 until you get down to here, 199, and then it becomes 200. And then the pattern repeats again. And then you go back and it becomes 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, and you can count with me, 207, 208, 209, and 210. So the pattern will continue until you get down to 299, and then it becomes 300. And then you do your return sweep up, and we have 301, 302, 303, and you can count with me, 304, 305, 306, 307, 308, 309, 310, and then the pattern will repeat all the way until you get down here, and then it'll become 399, and the next one will be 400. So this is how the hundreds grid repeats. And that's why you don't need 100s grid for every single hundreds to 1,000, because you can either write on it or you can visualize by using it to help you to do your counting by 10, 1 and 10 from any given number. So up until now we had been skip counting by tens, starting from 0. Okay, but the expectation is that you can skip count ahead 10 from any number. starting from any number. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the book. Okay, the book on page 397 asks you to write the missing numbers in the chart. Be ready to explain how you found the missing numbers. I did get a new book. I gotta find it. I dropped mine off the other day, a couple days ago, with someone else that needed it, and then I went in and got one yesterday. So here we are. And when you're explaining, you're thinking about it. You explain by looking 10 before and 10 after. And that's how you know that this is going to be 84. Okay? You can also look at the one before and the one after. But you look at the numbers around it to try and figure out what the number is. Okay, go ahead and fill that out. And when you're done with that, we'll turn the page. Okay, so we are at the top on the visual learning bridge. You can use place value patterns and mental math to count by ones, tens, and 100s. So how does that look? Well, when we're counting by tens, I'm not sure where my eraser is. Oh, there it is. When you're counting by tens, and you're using the number grid, and you start at 66, you can go up 76, 86, 96, 106 until you stop. Remember, that's the stop signal. Okay. When you do 100s, you can start at any given number. Let's start at 60 and we're counting by 100s and we're going up. The next one would be 160. And remember, you're visualizing that number. 260, 360, 460, 560, and then you would keep going. And you're counting by 100s. Okay? Sometimes they ask you to go back as well, not just count up. Sometimes they ask you to count back. And then you would go 50, 40, 30, 20, if you're counting back by tens. Okay? The most challenging part is going to be when you get into the new group of hundreds. And visualize your chart, because there's always a return sweep. Once you get to 100, you go all the way back up here and you start at the next one in the next group of 100. So you would go 101. If you were at 300, you would go back and you would go to 301. Okay? All right, so I'm going to have you do some more practicing. Let's go ahead and do the guided practice together. I didn't have a post-it in this book because I had given my book to somebody else, so I'm going to have to get a post-it somewhere. Oh, I have a clip. Put the clip in there. Right? And so the guided practice, in the number 1, they have the numbers in there for you. So we have 786, 1 up, 787. The only one that's changing is the ones, because you're counting by ones. So over here, you're also counting by ones, and that's on your own. There's no help with the numbers kind of faintly drawn in there for you. So 412, 413, 414, 415, count with me, 416, 417, 418, and then the rest isn't there, so it gets kind of tricky, but you can still keep going. And then you have 422, 423, 424, 425, count with me, 426, 427, 428, and then you can keep going until you get to 432, 433, 434, 435, 436, 437, 138, and that's where you stop. And you could look down the number grid as well as up the number grid to help you. You can look forward one, or you can look back one. Okay, so the independent practice, you're doing that on your own. It says, please use place value patterns and mental math to find the missing numbers. So just like we did together here, I want you to try practicing that. And then you have the grid, and then once you get to 5, the grid's no longer there. So you kind of have to figure out, are they going up by 1s or are they going up by 10s? Okay, right, and that's it for today. Remember, you are working with patterns. Patterns repeat, and the hundreds grid repeats every next 100. Okay. To count up by 10, you can look ahead on the hundreds grid, 1 row down, or you can look back 1 row up. When you count by 100s, you can visualize what the next page, what the next hundreds group of hundreds is going to look like. Okay, depending on where you start. If you start from 342 and you're counting up, the next one's going to be 100 up, 442. Okay, and that's it for today. I hope you have a good weekend, because it's Friday. Remember to do both the lessons for 9, 5 and 9, 6, and we'll start at 9, 7 on Monday. Okay, have a great weekend. I miss you all very much, and I look forward to the day that I see you again in the halls in Bagley. Okay, take care.